Hi there. In this video, we are going to set up a QGIS project, bring in our geospatial data, and get it prepped for analysis. So first things first, we opened up a new QGIS window. Let's save our QGIS project. Now you notice that these are not .mxd files, but rather these are QGZ files. It's the exact same thing. It's just different extension. So I'm going to go to where I've been saving my data in this Maryland folder. I'm going to call this MD Census. I'm going to save that. Now, if we click on Project and go to Properties, this sort of opens up sort of the bigger properties for the project. We can set a home folder. We can give ourselves a title, a variety of other things. What sort of display coordinates do we want? Etc. I'm going to come in and set a coordinate system here. I've already searched for NAD 1983 State Plane, Maryland, but if we do NAD 1983 State Plane, Maryland, that will filter this out. I'm going to pick this one at the bottom here, the one without the cores or the Harn. I'm going to select that and then click Apply. Click OK to apply that. We may have to do this again in just a second, but just wanted to show you all where that was to get started with. So now that we're here, let's add in our data. We can do that a bunch of different ways. One, we could click on Open Data Source Manager or hit Control L. And this would open up the window that allows us to add all kinds of different types of layers. We could also click Layer, Add Vector Layer. Or, as you can see here, we can hit Control-Shift-V. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Control-Shift-V, which is a shortcut to adding in this vector data. Later on, we're going to need to add in delimited text, but right now we're doing vector data. So let's search for our vector data set. Mine is in my GIS Interesting 20 Class Maps MD. Great, there it is right there. I have gone in and applied a filter here. You probably, on first view, see something like this, in which case, in searching for a shapefile, you'll see all of the component files. You want to make sure to pick the .shp file that shows up as shp file under type. You could also click this All Files and choose to display Esri shapefiles, which will only show you the Esri shapefiles available. I'm going to click Open, and then I'm going to click Add. Now, I'm going to come in to the properties of this shapefile, which got added into my table of contents. And if I click on Source, I'll see that this does not have the appropriate coordinate system. So I'm going to have to come in. I want this to have the Maryland State Plane coordinate system. I'm going to hit OK. There are a couple ways I could do this. What I show you in the presentation is the simplest. It's right-clicking on this shapefile, clicking Export, Save Features As. Now, I need to make sure to click this little Browse button. So I want to make sure I'm saving them in the right folder. So Class Maps, Maryland. And I'm going to save this as a shapefile called ND tracks _P for projected. I'm going to click Save. And then I want to pick that State Plane Maryland, which the nice thing in QGIS with this little drop down, it remembers a lot of the things you've done before. So I'm going to select that. This all looks good. Format is shapefile, file name in the right location. CRS, the coordinate system is correct. I'm going to click OK. So that added that to the map. I'm now going to remove this other layer just to try to keep things as simple and clean as possible. I'm now going to come back into my project. I'm going to click Properties, and we can see that this is reverted back to NAD 83 coordinate system, which is not what we want. That was the default coordinate system that was brought in with the shapefile. But I think what we want to do is we're just going to come back and set this to the state plane at Maryland Phipps, 1900 feet. Click OK, and that's going to change on the fly how it's drawing this layer here, just like an ArcMap. I'm going to click Save, and then I'm going to add in our tabular data that we created earlier. And again, we could do that either by clicking this, hitting Control L, going to Layer, Add Delimited Text Layer, or Control Shift T. That file name, I'm going to click right here to browse, is this MD tract lang. I'm going to click Open. And then this is really important. Under yours may not be fully expanded, but under geometry definition, we want to make sure to click this No Geometry button. This CSV file doesn't have a XY coordinate. Rather, it just has the GeoID, the pop, and the lang. What's nice about QGIS, again, another benefit over ARC, is this really nice preview that they give you of what the data is going to look like. So I'm going to add this in. And I'm going to close this. I'm going to save, and in the next video, we will start the joining process.